let's start off with SpaceX,
Yeah.
right? So what's your thoughts on the SpaceX launch, Tesla Robo Taxi, and Tesla Optimus robot? So it was a big week last week for Tesla across the board, Elon Musk companies, and man, they have so much going on. Their robot, that was a very impressive display. 2 Chainz, we played that video on Instagram with 2 Chainz. And actually, let's play the video now. Actually, we have another video that kind of just goes over the robot in full detail. So if we could just play that video.
Yeah.
The Optimus, and as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, so you can have your own personal R2D2 C3PO. But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind.
All right, so that just gives some context to the robot situation, but there's a lot going on with Elon Musk's companies these days. So what's the deal with SpaceX and Tesla specifically?
I know over the past year I've been critical of Elon, but man, he had a hell of a week last week. I know Tesla stock fell, but I think he did a good job at the Robo Taxi idea. I know that the director from iRobot is upset. You should have patented the IP, and you should have rolled the shit out after iRobot. But I think he had a great week. The SpaceX launch was amazing. To be able to take the chopsticks and put the rocket back in frame, looked like some stuff James Cameron would do in Avatar 3. The robot at 30,000, I don't love, but if they drop the price and it gets to 15 or 20, not bad. And I've been incredibly critical of him, but over the past weekend, I got to get a kid credit, man. Like his engineering background, his level of ambition, his drive to see these projects through, I think is nothing short of amazing. So I have to give him full credit. I know the stock dropped. It's at 219 right now. If it falls to 212, I would love to pick some shares up there. I think the drop was unfair. I wasn't overwhelmed at the Robo Taxi idea at first, but give it 3 or 4 years. I think it can pan out to be pretty profitable. So we'll have to give it time, though.
Yeah, this is a conversation I feel like we've had on here maybe a few months ago when I was talking about the innovation inside of Tesla. And the question kind of came up like, when will people feel like this is something that they absolutely need?
Yeah.
And so when I saw the robot, I was like, that's fly. That's really incredible. I mean, Optimus is just the voice recognition, the way it can engage. I'm like, this is incredible. But then you hear the price tag at 20,000. That makes it exclusive for only a certain population.
Yeah.
If, like you said, if they could bring the price down, it's dope. I think the technology is dope. The SpaceX launch was, I mean, that's incredible.
Phenomenal.
To have a rocket leave orbit and come back and land on its own. I mean, this is the 5th time they've tried it. It's the first time that it's worked. Space exploration, obviously, is something that we were educated on. Shout out to Aisha Bo about that. That was incredible. And the Robo Taxi, it's that I can see. It's just the trust factor. Right?
Yeah.
People are so used to going into automobiles that have steering wheels and have pedals.
Yeah.
And so now imagine going into a vehicle that has neither. And so that control that you have to give up, that mentality of like, if something goes wrong, I could swerve out the way, I can press the brakes. That's kind of eliminated based on artificial intelligence and sensors, really. So I'm not sure about that just yet. Can I see a world where people will use it? I can. I just don't know if the trust factor will be there. But ultimately, when I watch all these things, outside of anything that he said from a political standpoint, if we're just talking the business, this is the living day Tony Stark.
I agree.
Like, this is Tony Stark in the flesh. If you've watched any of the Iron Man films, and you're talking about a CEO who's brash, who's arrogant, who has genius level ideas and innovation, this is it. This is just on the business level. He's doing it, right? And you start thinking, you start putting things together. You have the Neuralink piece, you have these robots, you have the satellites. They said Sam is the most dangerous. It's 1A and 1B.
He's the one.
He's the one. Yeah.
And from a business perspective, to bundle all of these launches together to have an amazing week in media. I know this stock got destroyed, but to put out these 3 products at this time, and dominate the news cycle is, I think, from a business standpoint, something you have to look to try and emulate. So he's done a great job there.